Hi guys, si Mr. X here. So in this video, mag-share ako ng isa sa pinaka-favorite kong techniques. If you've been following yung mga live trades ko sa TikTok and in IG and yung Facebook Reels ko and yung last video ni Coach Job wherein kasama ako dyan, you would notice na isa sa mga favorite tools na ginagamit ko is supply and demand. So I've heard na madami kayo parang gusto niya ng mas detailed na explanation kung paano siya gamitin. So yan yung i-share ko today. So before that, mag-review tayo kung ano yung pinaka-basic concept of supply and demand. So basically, ang supply and demand kasi, it comes from the principle of the impulse move. So the impulse move is yung malakas na move, either pataas o pababa, usually signified by a very, very full and fat na candle. So kapag may nakita ka ng ganyan, yung medyo malalaking candle na halos walang wick, zero, hindi naman zero wick, pero sobrang liit, that's already considered your impulse move. And the principle behind that is that dapat kapag magkaroon ng impulse move, babalik yung price in the area where the impulse move started. So pwede mo siguro i-visualize gravity, for example. Meron tayong bola, tinapon natin sa air, di ba? Sobrang aakyat yan, pero eventually bababa siya. And then from there, once bumaba siya and then hinuli mo ulit, pwede mo itapon ulit. So, the principle is like that. After an impulse move, when the price goes down back into kung saan galing yung impulse move, there is a chance na pwedeng i-push up ulit yung price. In the case of a bearish movement, balik ta rin lang. So, parang kung bumalik siya kung saan nagsimula yung impulse move, pwede siyang bumaba. Okay? So, let's review yung supply and demand levels definition. The supply levels are usually located above the current price. And the demand levels are usually located below the current price. So later on sa chart, papakita ko yun after ko ma-explain yung basic principles and concepts. Etong supply and demand levels, natutunan ko to kila Adam Khoo when I underwent his course. Ayan, isa din yan sa mga tinuturuan niya. So nung ina-apply ko, along with other chart reading techniques ko, talagang nakita ko hiyang sa akin. So maybe pwede mo itry, baka hiyang sa inyo din. So I'm going to show you how it actually looks like sa chart. So sige, let's begin. Alright, so if tinignan mo yung chart, ang gagawin kasi natin ay titignan natin kung saan yung mga mahabang candle, matataba at halos walang wick. That's where we will look for our supply and demand levels. So bibigyan ko kayo ng example. Usually we use boxes or rectangles para i-determine kung saan yung mga levels na to. So, bibigyan ko kayo ng example. Ito. This one, definitely ito. Etong part na to, kasi matataba yung candle na to, halos walang wick. So, we can consider this an impulse move. First, we have to determine impulse move ba siya o hindi. So, na-determine na natin impulse move to. And it's a bullish impulse move kasi kulay green yung candle. So, in this case, most likely yung pinanggagalingan niya or what we call the base, yan yung demand level natin. So, punta tayo kung saan siya nanggaling. So, nanggaling siya sa maliit na candle na to. So, this small candle, we will draw a square or a rectangle. Magmumukhang ganito. So, that is your base and that is your demand level. So, let's look for an example naman of a supply level. So, eto naman, dito, ito may nakita akong matabang series of bearish candles. Ang important lang dito is mataba siya, halos maliit yung wick. Then after that, pupuntahan natin kung saan yung pinanggalingan niyang candle. So, etong mga red na to, yan yung full movement. And then, dito yung pinanggagalingan niya, itong green candle na to. So, from here, we will put a rectangle. Okay? And then, for supply levels, usually we color it red para ma-distinguish natin whether supply or demand siya. So, again, demand levels are usually color blue. Supply levels are usually red or pink. So, ito, ginawa kong pink. So, the principle here is that kapag bumaba yung price at this level, pag bumaba siya sa may demand level, yan, pwede siyang umakyat. And then, kapag umakyat siya and then tinamaan niya tong pink level na to, baka pwede siyang tumigil dyan. Okay? Kasi these are basically very strong levels na pwede natin i-watch out. So, pwede natin din i-liken sila sa support and resistance. Actually, supply and demand levels are types of support and resistances din if tinignan mo siya na maayos. Pero, yung difference lang is more concentrated, yung mga supply and demand levels. And the principles of supply and demand level is based on yung impulse move. Okay? So, that's an example of it. Ngayon, yung isa sa mga differences din nilang dalawa is that if a supply or demand level breaks, wala na yan. Hindi na siya pwede mag-convert. Like, for example, in this case, kapag itong supply level na break, hindi siya pwede maging demand. Okay? Unlike support and resistance. So, yung mangyari, break na talaga yan. Wala na talaga. Okay? Then, you have to look for new ones instead. So, ito yung eternal question natin. How do you use this to trade? So let's start scratch, zero. Walang laman sa chart. Now, the first thing that we need to do is kailangan i-determine kasi natin kung ano yung structure ng market. So like in this case, ito, that's why we need to know yung pinaka-basics ng reading ng chart. In this case, for example, meron akong series of higher highs and higher lows. So we have one higher high, one higher low, one higher high, one higher low, and ito yung next higher high. By right, this is an uptrend pattern. By right, ang mangyayari dito ay kapag bumaba yung price into the previous higher high, pwede tayo mag-buy. But if you want to go further and deeper sa supply and demand, pwede ka mag-drawing ng demand level dito, like yung ginawa ko kanina. Diba? Then gawin natin tong blue. Okay. Ang mangyayari dito ay, ibig sabihin, naka-uptrend tayo, diba? Kapag pumasok ang price dito, somewhere in the demand level, alam natin na there is a very, very high chance na kapag pumasok siya dyan and nag-buy ka, malakas yung pagtaas niya. Okay? And then you can follow your risk management rules from there. So another example would be ito, for example, AUDJPY. So in this case, kunyari ito, meron tayong isang higher high, isang higher low, isang higher high, and here's a higher low here. So right now, nasa higher low siya. So let's see if meron tayong makahanap ng demand level. So meron tayong nakitang demand level dito, which can be found here. Okay? So may demand. So may possible buy tayo dito. Okay. So ito, let's see what happens to the price. Yan. Yan. Nangyari dito. O, di ba tinamaan? Tinamaan. Na-stuck siya dito. Okay. And then, boom, umakyat. So let's wait for it. See how far it can go. Yan. Okay. Now, if you placed your TP somewhere around here, and yung SL mo here, nakapag-profit ka na. So, ito yung power ng supply and demand levels. Now, as you can see, hindi siya exact talaga nung kunyari, itong part na to, lumampas na onte. Pero, the way we draw supply and demand levels kasi medyo kailangan magkaroon tayo ng skill kasi there is a bit of subjectivity on how big you draw your rectangles. Pero generally, if you know yung core principles ng supply and demand, definitely pwede mo siyang gamitin. So, another example would be ito. Let's backtrack a bit. Ito, i-erase lang muna natin to. Backtrack muna tayo ng unti. Okay, ito. Itong part na to. Okay. So, let's say ito. By pattern-wise, alam natin na itong pattern na to is double top. Okay? So, ano ba yung meaning ng double top? A double top is a bearish pattern. So, pwede rin natin gamitin to ng supply and demand. So, paano? We can wait for a breakout dito sa double top. So, tingnan natin. Magbe-breakout ba siya? So, yun, nag-breakout siya. Okay? So, after the breakout, ano yung gagawin natin? We can sell at the retracement. Okay? So, saan tayo mag-enter? We can use a supply level. So, paanong supply level yan? Ito. We can see a fat impulse bearish candle here. So, kung maglagay tayo ng rectangle dito, gawin natin siyang pink. Then, we can sell once price hits this area. Okay? So, tignan natin kung ano mangyari. So, these are some of the trades that I made din nung nangyari. Yan. Yan. So, tinamaan. And then, yan. So, these are some trades I've made. Ayan. Okay. So, if tinamaan mo dito yung TP mo, let's say nilagay mo TP mo dyan, and siguro yung SL mo mga dito, then you would have already won in this trade. So yun, personally, ito yung mga ibang trades na ginawa ko from last week. Kaya pwede ko siyang din gamitin as an example. Ayan, so that is how I use supply and demand levels for trading. So ito yung thing, no? Supply and demand levels are just a tool or a technique na pwede mong gamitin. You have to incorporate supply and demand levels into your existing knowledge pagdating sa Forex. So, kailangan marunong ka magbasa ng chart. Hindi ka pwede mag-rely sa supply and demand levels kasi hindi siya magic levels. You still have to know yung structure. For example, you have to know your chart patterns very well. You have to know your uptrends very well. You have to know your downtrends very well. You have to know how the market moves, saan yung mga strong levels. And doon mo pwedeng i-incorporate yung supply and demand levels para madiskartehan mo exactly where you want to enter once you know the structure of the market. So again, no, walang magic dito sa supply and demand levels. It's basically just knowing how to read the chart and gagamitin mo itong tool na to para magdiskarte kung paano kang pumasok. And personally, yan yung favorite way ko para gamitin siya. You would also see this in yung mga live trades ko, sa reels ko sa TikTok and Instagram. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our The 30-Minute Trader channel. And if you have any special requests for any topics, pwede kayo mag-comment sa comment section below and baka yan yung magiging next video natin.